Well, good afternoon, my friends. So last video you saw where I was working on the chicken tractor, and then our harness came in. We started playing with Thor, and we kind of ended it. Well, I finished it. I videoed it kind of part by part, so I'm working on putting that video together. That way, because there's some things in the book that some things weren't explained very well. So I don't know. It's my first kind of how-to video, other than some of the smaller stuff that I've done. But as you can also tell, the chicks are here. We kind of put them out a little early. We put the heat plate out here for them, just because the nights still are getting down. Tonight's not supposed to be so bad, but there's a front coming through, and tomorrow night's supposed to be done like 39. So I'm gonna grab have two heat mats. Mats? Are they mats or heat? Radiant heat things. We're gonna call mama chickens. We have two mama chickens that we were borrowed from Maya, and so I'm gonna put the other one out here for those 2 days, tomorrow night, and I believe Sunday night. And then they should be good. It's not supposed to get down too chilly for the rest of the time. Should be getting back up to spring weather. It's nice 75 degrees, overcast. Rain is definitely coming in. It's pretty windy. Not so much here, which is wonderful. But I just had to get some hay and things from our local feed store, and my hat. I was working overtime today. That's the reason it's afternoon right now. And as soon as I walked out the door, my hat went and just flew off. So pretty windy. But our chicks are here. So now that our chicks are here, you see they're all huddled around. I got a dog food pan for their feed. That's like I cut it for right now. I'm gonna work on making a hanging feeder, kind of like if you've ever watched Sow the Land. Jason, he has one. I think a lot of people. It actually says in the book how to make these. The book for the chicken tractor explains how to make those hanging feeders. So I'm gonna work on making one of those. You use the old gutter, and then I might be able to find some with pieces on the end. If not, I can cut wood and hang them. But also, I got a big water in here. It should work for now, but I'm about to get my other 5-gallon bucket that I can't find, so I might have to make a new 5-gallon bucket with new water cups, and I'm going to use the cups. And I was like, why? Okay, I really wasn't thinking. I was listening to a podcast, and they explained why chicken waterers are red, and chicken feed things. If you look here, we'll go in here with, as Justin calls them, the sea monsters. These things are savage. Okay, I couldn't even get in here earlier until I fed them a small bit of feed. So we're in here. You notice the bottom of the water is red. And over here, we have the feed tray that we were using is red also. We can get out now. I'm locked in. All right, there we go. They don't need that little red one anymore because it doesn't hold enough for these fat turds. They're not fat. They're just growing. Yeah, so it's like they explain why they're red. And it's kind of neat. So I looked it up just to really verify why this will be red. And the reasoning behind the chicks feeders and waterers and the cups and the little water nipples hanging out. I'm gonna pause because I've got to open this door slowly, and I have to talk to my friends hanging up here. Hanging. What do you mean? Yeah. So look at this. Look at these guys right here. Well, these girls. I'm not sure what they are. So I explain how we're working in conjunction with nature. And wasps aren't a bad thing. They're just scary and they hurt where they sting us. My little buddies over there, I talk to them every time I open that door. I'm like, listen, hey, I'm just setting some stuff down. Please don't hurt me. We have a mutual agreement right now. As soon as they decide that they want to mess that mutual agreement up, we might have a problem. But so back to what I was saying about the chickens. Well, first off, I'm making the little waterer. I'm making a new waterer, 5-gallon bucket. Chickens are apparently little savages. Let me set you down for a second so I can do a little bit of work while we speak. Good. Alright, so apparently chickens are like little savages, right? In their unique selves, in their genes, they are literally, so from what they are saying and what I looked up, in the wild, which I've never seen just a wild chicken running around, or a wild flock of chickens. But before they were domesticated, I'm sure they were wild chickens running around like crazy, right? So in the wild, if a chicken got hurt, right, they would kill that chicken. They would kill it in order to save the flock, like if it was bleeding or whatever. So in their DNA, in their genetics, it's the red color, the color red, makes them think about saving the flock. It's pretty neat, pretty neat. And also, and so that right there, that one fact, is why chickens are attracted to red. Is because it makes them want to save the flock. Now, chickens can see multiple colors. They have a whole array of, a whole spectrum of colors that they can see. It's not like they only see red, and that's why they're attracted to it. They can see blues, yellows, all the colors of the rainbow. They can see it. I believe they actually have better eyesight than people do. Now, so that's the reason right there. It's in their genetics. It's in their DNA to go after red. They see red and they want to peck at it. So people are like, "Yo, hey, let's make these little cups and the little nipples red, and all the food stuff is starting to rain on me right now." So you won't get to see me make that whole thing. So, but I'll finish my story. So they're like, "Hey, let's make all this stuff red," so they want to peck at it, and then they'll learn, "Hey, this has water in it, or it's got food in it." Now, they do have nostrils, so it's like they can smell food. They can see color, so when you put your food, once they get used to where you're putting your food and stuff like that, they see it. They know that that's where the food is. And when I drive, well, I mean, actually, I might be telling a false story. I was like, when I drive up, they see me. Well, what color's my truck? They're like, "Ooh, get it! It's got food in it." I doubt that. But I got out and they're like, "Hey, feed us." They know how they get fed. When I feed our egg-laying chickens, I don't go out there with a red bucket. Their feet are in red. Now, they did have a waterer that had the red nipples and the red cups. That's because you can't really find them any other way. But now, they have a black rubber container for their water, and when they're in the coop, and then when they're out of the coop, They use the white dog bucket, dog water. So, and they know water's in there, so they learn. But when they're chicks, I don't know, it's just kind of cool. It's kind of neat. And I never really knew that. And I feel like I needed to share the fact that like these chickens are attracted to red because it has to do with protecting their flock. If a chicken is injured, if it's bleeding, they will attack that chicken and they will kill that chicken and they'll actually eat that chicken because they're also opportunistic feeders. They're like, hey, this tastes pretty nice. Let's eat it. But yeah. So I hope you enjoy that little tidbit of information that I just shared with you because I just learned it and I was like, that's neat. I actually was wondering not too long ago, before I heard this podcast, I was like, why is all this red? Like, why is it red? Well, now I know. Because chickens, I kind of knew a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I know, and this might be something new to you also, they make chicken glasses with red lenses that in different areas of the world, they would put on their chickens. They're fighting roosters to make them fight each other and train. And they would find out which rooster is the better fighter. That's bad anyway. It's not legal over here. I've never seen it done. But I've watched YouTube videos and documentaries and videos online that's what they do. It's like, look it up. Look it up. If I can find a picture, I'll look up these little red, they have these little glasses, boop, and they have red lenses, and they put it on these roosters for them to attack the other chickens to see who's a better fighter, and they will use that chicken to fight a rooster, like the rooster to fight another rooster. So it's just some crazy stuff out there on the internet. Trust me. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring my little bucket in. I got one little cup on it, and the reason I'm doing this is because once they get a little bit bigger and I'm moving the tractor more, I can hang that bucket on a chain. And if you have seen Sow the Land, Jason did take a hose. And I also did the same thing whenever Zoe's chicks were here. And I made that really, really heavy chicken tractor. And I kind of explained a little bit. But you took a hose to it. And you connect the hose to this bucket where the water is. And then you run a hose outside of the chicken tractor into another bucket, so that you can fill the water up from the outside. You don't have to go in and try to fill the whole bucket, things like that. It just makes it easier. I lost my pieces that I used for the other one, so I'll get some more and then I'll show me making that later on. So just it's pretty neat. But go to Sow the Land. He's got some stuff. If I can find the video, because it wasn't like a specific video, if I can find that video where it's in, then I'll link that. I'll put it at the end here or here, because I'm still learning on which side of. So my right hand, this is my right hand, but are y'all seeing it on the left side? So I don't know. I'm sure I can put it on either side. So on one of these sides of my face, there will be a thing. So appreciate you hanging out with me today, and we'll catch you in the next one.